One, two.
Yeah.
Yep.
Welcome back
Welcome back.
to your weekly TIFU Digest. Let me get out of this very aggressively bright screen here. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Hope you all are having a fantastic week. I know I'm not.
He definitely is not.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Trying to become a rocket ship.
I
Can't
fucked
decide
up.
which way you want to go.
Today I fucked up by having kids. If you ever want just a solid form of birth control, let me tell you this. I've gotten more sick in the 6 years of having kids than I did in the 28 years, 7 years prior.
We were just remarking the other day, like, we miss you guys and especially the nephews so much. But we are so glad to not have to get sick this time, because those little fuckers have gotten us sick more times than we could count too. So it's the only perk of being so far apart is not getting the germs.
But the good news is my immune system, is it's just becoming, Fort Knox over here. It's just, building the walls. But yeah, no, this week has definitely kicked my ass. I have been aggressively sick this week. And that's coming from someone who never gets sick. Like, I pride myself on being a pretty, clean, healthy individual when it comes to sicknesses. So yeah, got to deal with that. But again, hope you all are having a fantastic week. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, if you are new, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay up to all things lousy. And also to keep the lights on. It's time for an ad read. That's right, baby. Matter of fact, if you're new here, you probably have never heard of this before. If you have, that's awesome. Or at least you never heard us say it before. Hopefully you've heard of them before, but we rock Into the AM proudly over here. Been partnered with them for a long time now. Anybody who's been here before, they've heard this time and time again, and we're looking at you. Go get you some Into the AM gear right now by going to the link in the description or in the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy, where you can go and do what, Sam?
You can get hats like this, shirts like that, underwear, pants, flannels, hoodies, t-shirts. That was kind of implied, but more t-shirts and even more t-shirts. They are releasing new graphic designs all the time. I think it's every week. And if you use our code lousy when you do select some cool stuff, you get 10% off on top of whatever sale they are running, which is a really sweet deal. Get a little extra savings in a time where everything is expensive. So make sure, again, use our code lousy, LOUSY, at checkout.
Absolutely. I can say safely, especially to that comment there, with inflation and everything, Into the AM is the one company I've been shopping with for years, and I can say with a certainty, for all those years, I have not once seen their prices go up.
Yeah, it's been pretty rock solid.
Yeah,
for
everything. Go check them out right now. Heck, while you're listening to us, go on down and click the link in the description or in the pinned comment again, intotheam.com/lousy. Go show them some love. Enough for us to keep the lights on. We greatly appreciate you. But this week, we got some fuck ups, and we're going to read you some fuck ups right here and now. As a matter of fact, as always, we start with 4, end on 1, ending on a high note. Sam, I believe you start this week?
I do indeed. Yep.
All right. Well, I will let you take it away while I sit back and slowly drift off into my, my pain and comatose.
Yeah, the TIFU gods were a little extra kind too, because I got the 2 big ones. So, and they're not that big technically. You'll see what I'm talking about. But for our number 4 story, today I fucked up. My husband thinks I'm possessed. Okay. This literally just happened, and now my husband is never going to let this go. I have no idea how to explain to him that he's wrong. We were arguing, simple, small arguments that couples have. We've been married for 10 years and have a lovely 8-year-old together. Arguments happen very rarely between us. I truly believe he is my soulmate, but now he thinks I'm possessed. Before the argument started, I sent our kid to go play a video game because we don't argue in front of her. We don't raise our voices at each other, but I did fuck up and called my husband a dick-inch dinghy, which literally makes no sense. I felt awful when his face dropped and he stops, goes out to our car. Okay. I'm freaking out, thinking I've lost my husband and ruined everything. I check the ring cams and see he's coming back in, so I start preparing to apologize to him. But no, he lights freaking sage and wafts it around in the air, saying he didn't appreciate the type of language and that bad spirits were in the air. My husband says I looked completely demonic, calling him such a name, and insisted on walking around our house and me saging everything. At first, I thought it was funny and was apologizing, but now he has been saying since I apologized and was laughing that it worked. Therefore, I am demonic. Note, we're not religious, teacher and a nurse, but now I'm going to be saged by my husband every argument. TLDR, I called my husband a dick-inch dingy in an argument, and he whipped sage out, to cleanse away my attitude. Edit, thank you to everyone who commented. We're laughing together and are happy to see that what you each had to say. There's no concern here. He's a good man and thought it would be funny. He said he had the sage in his car because it was given to him by his aunt. So she's a wonderful woman and is very spiritual. Apparently, she gave him cinnamon to blow into the house at the first of every month and the sage to cleanse the house. We loved reading the comment about waving a white flag and calling him a sage dick dingy. I hope you all have wonderful days, and thank you again for the laughs and advice.
Look, when Jupiter's in Gatorade, y'all be acting kind of weird, all right? Like, let's just be fair.
I'm more of a Powerade guy personally. But, you know.
Oh, facts. Look, maybe that is the case. You know, you get angry, you're demonic. I mean, y'all be taking your showers hot as hell just to remind you of the good old days, you know? Like, I just assume at this point, like anything, through history, you can kind of start detailing, you know, hell rose a long time ago, and we just deal with it on a daily basis.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm totally fucking with everybody, though. I know somebody in the comments is like, this motherfucker. Like, I think this is hilarious, and
I'm gonna keep this in my back pocket. I'm gonna do the same fucking shit. So, sorry in advance. Man.
I'm just gonna go ahead and get your funeral placard together, like just a little Amazing Grace playing behind it.
Yep.
Dude, this is. I mean, look, if it works, it works.
Yep, that's a good way to cut the tension, especially if you're like a couple like this that. You know, when you do have arguments, it's typically constructive and like typically you laugh about it later on. That's a great way to laugh about it. So
I will tell you this. It doesn't even have to be sage though. Y'all want a strong proponent to, ruining an argument? Both of you get naked. 100%. Sounds like a joke? 100% not. If you get naked, there's no way you're continuing that argument. One of you is going to forget why you're mad. Guaranteed.
It's usually us, but
oh, 100%. Yeah. We're just like, I don't even, honey, you're right. Yeah, no.
My lightheaded.
Those curtains definitely look good.
Are you lightheaded or is it just me? But.
Right. I need to lay down. Oh, no. I mean, hey, if you can find ways to get through an argument, though, consider it a W. I don't see this as a fuck up.
Oh, it's definitely not a fuck up. No.
I
guess the only fuck up was calling your husband a name, but he responded with the best clapback ever. So,
OP was just freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then as he's walking back in, I just imagine this stun of like, the fuck's going on here? Like, just hey, look, if it works, it works. And honestly, that first comment I side with, what the fuck did I just read?
Yeah.
It works.
Yep.
Wait, hang on. Let me just pop out and grab my car sage smudge stick really quick. I keep it handy but mobile in case of possession emergencies. No, I'm not religious. Why do you ask? That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played enough Phasmophobia to know you got to keep that motherfucking thing on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Apparently, she's fucking married to Zach Baggins. just keep that thing on. There are things in this world that we don't understand.
I look, I will fully admit growing up, I believed that motherfucker like he was, I mean, he was law.
At
He
the
could
time, that was the most convincing evidence. Like, they did it very well. And then after a while, just, as his glasses got thicker, it just got
and his hair got more pointy.
Yep. Apologies if you hear my dog.
Oh, it's fine.
Barking at something. But.
Oh, well, we all bark at something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, bitch.
Barking
Anyways, shall we move on?
Indeed. And while we move on, we must confess to it's not really a fuck up on our part. It's more of a fuck up on OP's part. So if you notice, this one might look a little different because I had to use Wayback Machine to pull this one up because OP here got suspended. So we've got the article. Thankfully, Wayback Machine exists, so we could still enjoy it. But
yeah,
just had to preface that.
Yeah, it's by no means us not recording this on a Sunday.
Well, I mean, that's part of it, but that's more a medical thing.
That's fair. Yeah. This also takes place what we said at the beginning of the episode, why we couldn't record both episodes on Sunday night. So we're here. Enjoy it. All right. Number 3 this week. Today I fucked up by accidentally exposing my grandpa's secret hobby at family dinner. So this happened last weekend during our monthly family dinner at my grandparents' house. My grandpa has always been super tech illiterate, so he asked me to help him set up his new tablet earlier in the day. While I was doing it, I noticed he had bookmarked some very unexpected websites. Think knitting tutorials and gardening blogs, but also a forum for conspiracy theories about squirrels taking over the world. I didn't say anything, but hey, everyone needs hobbies. Fast forward to dinner, and my grandma starts complaining about how grandpa spends too much time on his silly tablet. Trying to lighten the mood and thinking it was harmless, I joked, well, at least he's not plotting against squirrels anymore. Silence. Dead silence. Turns out my grandma hates squirrels because they keep raiding her bird feeders, and now she thinks grandpa has been secretly feeding them as part of some bizarre truce. They got into this huge argument right there at the table about loyalty to birds versus squirrels, while the rest of us just sat there awkwardly eating pie. TLDR tried to make a joke about grandpa's squirrel conspiracy hobby and accidentally started World War III between him and grandma.
Dude, this is just that classic, like, they've been married for so long, they don't know, like, that's the shit they argue about now. Like, they're arguing about squirrels versus fucking birds.
Nah, grandpa fucked up. He didn't sage her first. If he had saged grandma, none of this would happen.
You're looking a little demonic. Let me cleanse you real quick of the squirrel demons.
Grandson, can you come light this thing? My thumbs don't work like they used to. I just want to know what the blogs were, man. I want to see them.
Yeah, now I need to find some of these forums of conspiracy theories about squirrels taking over the world.
No, OP needs to introduce grandpa to Reddit.
God, grandpa would have a stroke.
Glory, dude. Good luck, buddy.
Or something. See some comments here. First comment is quoting first. While I was doing it, I noticed he had bookmarked some very unexpected websites. Oh boy, here we have another youngling discovering libido and elderly. Think knitting tutorials and gardening blogs, but also, a forum for conspiracy theories about squirrels taking over the world? Oh. That was a wild ride.
All of us thought definitely like I liken it to Tom Segura when he talks about his dad, and he like there was one comedy special where he was like, I like blondes and big tits, buddy. I feel like that's grandpa. We all went, oh shit, what did he find?
Yeah, I was expecting the worst. But thankfully it wasn't that bad. Yeah. The next comment. Look at it.
Oh, let me see here. Let me
go. It's a GIF, so I can't.
Tell Daphne to run a 199 on a possible Doolittle.
Oh,
That's funny. That's
a good one.
funny.
Yep. Turned out to
Whew.
be somewhat wholesome. A little weird, but wholesome.
Well, look, it could have gone way worse.
Yeah.
It could have gone way worse.
Grandpa's into squirrel porn. All right. Moving on to number 2.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here and join the Lousy Listeners. And also, click the join button. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Lousy member where you can get some awesome perks, cool emotes, and interact with Sam and I. Also, click the link to join our Discord and have fun with all the other Lousy Listeners. Let's get back to the video.
Yep, you're up, buddy.
All right. This was originally medium, but there's been some updates and clarifications since then. So I'm going to be reading for a bit.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Today I fucked up by bringing too much beer to a work party. That's scary. 2 facts about me that are important to the story. 1, I was raised by an alcoholic, and 2, I don't drink alcohol. Last week, my boss asked me to pick up alcohol for a department party. I told her that might be the wrong person to ask, since I don't drink and hence don't know what people typically like or how much to get. She told me to just get whatever, it'll be fine, and she gave me the corporate credit card. So I tried to think back to my childhood because I don't drink. I never hung out at bars in college, and the only measure I had regarding how much people drink was based on my dad. I remember that it was usually by beer number 6 that dad turned into a pretty cheerful guy. This was so prevalent in my life that my brother and I called it the 6-beer smile. Nope, my dad would not always stop at 6. He would sometimes drink 10 or more a day. Jeez. So I thought, well, dad drank a lot, so I think we'll be fine with 5 bottles of beer per person since that's just one shy of a smile. I called my older brother to double check if 5 beers per person would be a sufficient amount of alcohol for a work party, and he agreed. Yeah, that sounds about right. The department has 40 people, so I ended up picking up about 34 6-packs. I got a variety because why not? And yeah, it cost a lot, but this company wastes money on plenty of other things. So I just assumed that this was just the cost of a party with alcohol. I loaded up my car. It took a long time, drove to work, and then carried everything to the large conference room that was reserved for the party. The party was yesterday evening. I really only stuck around for a little bit, made appearances to wave hi and say something to the higher ups so they knew I attended, and then I ducked out and went home early. I woke up to some text from my boss today consisting mostly of, how much did you buy? This party is drowning. And finally, there's more in the cabinets. And yeah, when I initially dropped everything off, I ran out of space on the counter, so I put the rest in the cabinets. I asked a few friends why my boss was freaking out. They started laughing and reminding me that my dad is an alcoholic, and I probably should have gotten just 2 drinks per person, because that's way more normal for a work party. TLDR, I bought 5 beers per person for a work party, and I can only imagine what the result was. But even though I effed up, let's be real, my boss effed up more by asking the non-drinker to buy the alcohol. That is true. Update. Thanks everyone for your comments. I especially appreciate those of you who reassured me that it really wasn't that bad, and those of you who gave me advice for the future. I got a little overwhelmed by the number of responses, so I'm sorry if I didn't respond to your comment, but I appreciate all of them. Few clarifications. I live in the US, and the area I'm in is a little on the conservative/religious side of things. Folks around here drink, obviously, but getting drunk around coworkers, for example, is frowned upon. This is, I have learned, very different depending on where you live in the world. The definition of alcoholic is also very different from person to person. My father was and is a sad, angry man, and in my secondhand experience, alcohol was a very unstable way for him to self-medicate for his anger and grief. For those of you who are distressed that my coworkers drank warm counter beer, someone put the drinks on the counter in a cooler between when I dropped them off and when the party started. Again, I try to leave work parties as soon as I can. I prefer to hang out with my friends or my brother when I have free time. Turns out party was a misnomer from my boss, and as someone suggested in the comments, it was more of an after-work social gathering where the intention was that people could drop in and out or stay for a while. Anyways, I was the first one in the office. My boss, let's call her Kathy, came in a little fired up, though, so thank you Redditors who gave me some good responses to her. First, Kathy asked why I didn't respond to her text, and I told her that I don't check work texts on the weekend. Then she asked what I was thinking getting so much expensive alcohol, and I said, as many suggested, I told you I don't drink, and I didn't know how much to get, so I wanted to make sure there was enough and that there was a good variety available. I held out the corporate card for her to take back, and she took it and went off to her office and shut the door. A few folks stopped by my cubicle to tell me the party was fun and I should have stuck around. Word clearly got around that this was my doing because one guy told me I should always be the one who brings the drinks. Kathy's door stayed shut all morning. I started getting a little anxious because, cost aside, it just sounded like everyone had a good time, so I figured F it. And I went to my boss's boss, let's call him Brian, to see if everything was okay. According to Brian, everyone thought that the random assortment of beer was pretty great. After I left the party, which was as soon as possible, that was when they figured out that there was a bunch of different stuff in the cooler. One person started digging till they found something they liked, which encouraged more people to do the same. Brian said it was funny when someone opened the cabinets and yelled out, "There's more," which I admit is kind of funny. I told Brian that Kathy seemed really upset about the whole thing. According to Brian, Kathy was pretty upset on Friday and kept apologizing about how much I overspent. I told him that I didn't even know there was a budget, and he laughed at that. I found out then that the budget was around $100 for drinks. I spent around $440. I gave Brian the same short explanation I gave Kathy. I don't drink and wasn't sure what or how much to get. I asked Brian if he wanted me to return my any unopened six packs, and Brian told me not to worry about it and said that he'd talk to Kathy. On a different but still related note, some of you said my brother's response to me was hilarious, and some of you said it was concerning, and I honestly agreed either way. I called my brother when I got home from work, and we had a really good talk. Turns out he didn't even think my question was serious, and his answer was sarcastic, so when I told him the whole story, he thought the situation was pretty amusing. We also had to talk about the impact of Dad's drinking on both of us. I'm not going to get into a ton of detail, but he reassured me that nowadays he only drinks with friends, and even then, not very often. I made sure he knows that if he ever needs to talk, I'm here for him. Update, TLDR. My coworkers had a good time. My boss is panicked about going over budget, but her boss thought the excess was funny and told me not to worry about it. Most importantly, my brother's okay and not following in our father's footsteps.
That
Boss
was a
fucked
roller coaster.
Yeah. But boss
See, it's
fucked
hard.
up.
It's hard for me to adjust to this because after me going to San Diego and having the experience I did there,
Yeah. Which is like
I'm
polar opposite of this.
polar opposite, dude. I'm
There's
like,
fucking there is no budget, spend all the money.
yeah, like open bar, say less. OP has a valid point. Don't send the person who doesn't drink to buy the alcohol.
Seems
It's that simple.
pretty simple. Like,
I'm just imagining. We've almost gotten through it. There's more in the cabinets.
they're in the trees.
Man. This first comment here is actually pretty solid. I'm probably the wrong person for this. Boss. Nah, it's fine. Proceeds to be the wrong person for that. I don't know. It sounds like you did great, but bet the party was a blast. Honestly, facts. Like,
Yeah.
Everybody there was just getting lit. Like,
I'd have been
everyone was-
surprised if I saw all that beer.
that's an accidental morale boost for the team. Like, imagine you got some employees there who are just like, man, fuck this job. And then like they just have the place packed out with alcohol and they're like, oh, say less. Like, that's a morale boost. Count that as a win.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Next one is you can never have too much beer or firewood, which I think you can have too much beer. Let's be honest.
Maybe. Maybe.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta read this last one though. Third comment down. Michael Scott, is this enough to get 20 people plastered? Clerk, 15 bottles of vodka. Yeah, that should do it.
Actually, that's the exact same thing.
Oh, I mean, hey, look, just next time, double down.
Spend $880.
Yeah, that's just go big or go home, and let your boss handle it later.
Yep.
All right, last up.
Yep.
Number one fuck up of the week. Today I fucked up by saying "you're my mammal" to my fiance. Last night I was a mess, drunk, upset, had a heated argument with my family and was damn pissed. I got home and wanted to have sex with my fiance. Like, not the romantic one, but borderline feral. Ripped me out of my head, kind of.
Hell yeah.
We got into it. He's on top, and I wanted to say something hot and possessive like, you're my man. But for some ungodly reason, fucking animal was also floating in my head. My dumbass brain tried to say both the words, and I ended up moaning, you're my mammal. Mid fucking stroke. Oh, it hurts to laugh this much. Ow.
You said you were good, for the record.
He literally stopped while inside me and asked, I'm your what? I was sloshed, but realized what I had said and tried to double down. You're my strong, hot mammal. This man died laughing like he was gone. He literally rolled off me and laughed for 5 minutes straight. Still, he got back into it, and every time he moved, he'd start wheezing again. After the sex, I just turned over and knocked out. Right now, since we've woken up, the man hasn't shut up. So I'm your mammal, huh? You know, it's your mammal. You can drive. I can drive you to work. I've never known shame like this. TLDR, called my fiance my mammal in the middle of sex, and now I'm embarrassed as hell. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh.
I would do the exact same thing that Opie's fiance did and die laughing for quite a while.
If my wife called me a fucking mammal, I can't continue. I'm not gonna be able. I'm gonna be mid pump and just the fuck you just said. Oh man, that just. I'm trying so hard not to laugh, but it hurts.
I mean, it's technically not wrong, right? We are mammals, so she's just stating
But
the
it's
obvious.
It's the double down. You're my strong, hot mammal.
Is that what? Is that dirty talk to furries as well? Or is that...
Ow! Ow. Oh no! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh.
I see why this one was number one.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
First comment.
I hurt.
That's actually hilarious. I should use this one. And Opie responded, it might be funny one day, not today.
Yeah, no, you know what? I have to agree with the second comment. Oh my God, for what it's worth, I've had a hard week. This helped. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, this definitely helped. Oh. Well, anybody out there, make sure to kiss your mammals. Good night, you know. Really, really let them know you love them. Oh, God.
Zama half horse. Half man. Oh, great song, by the way. Shout out OCT.
Laugh between the pain.
Ha, ow, ha, ow, ha, ow.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, these are good stories.
Very good stories. Good week.
I actually disagree with this last comment, though.
What's that?
Babe, it'll pass. He may get a week or even a month out of this, but it'll pass. No, the fuck it won't. No, the fuck it won't. You're in this for the long haul.
You're gonna suddenly
Oh.
see his contact name in your phone change to mammal or my mammal hearts on either side.
My strong, hot mammal. Let us know your favorite story in the comments down below. If you don't have one, drop your favorite emote. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. We'll see y'all on Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.